Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not...
It's Wednesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo. Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Laja, Nima, Akasha, Zabere in the building. How you doing?
I'm fine and excited.
Better today?
Good. Much better.
Yes, thank God.
So today is my sister Mui Basalauddin's birthday. She's our
the day before yours. Okay.
This year. Yes. So we always do twinning every August, and myself and Miriam the day after. So
nice.
She's 13 and 14th, then Miriam is 16th.
Nice.
Not this Miriam. You need to clarify.
Okay, so most people in my inner circle know my Miriam. Miriam is my younger sister. So it's like that, we arrange her. Happy birthday, sis. I hope you're watching. I saw that everybody around is talking about her TVC. She's my personal inner caucus sister. Happy birthday. Umu Akila. She's Mama Akila.
Okay.
Akila is not the first child, but she's the popular name.
There's always one child.
Everybody likes.
Talking about that, my mother-in-law always calls me Iya Michelle. And the other, I mean, since the kids, and the kids always find it funny that Elizabeth is the first child, right? You know, and they always find it funny that they always she always calls me that. And I know it bothers Elizabeth a bit, but
no, she should not be bothered. So just choose whichever one. I was your unknown child. I'm the middle girl. So most people in my father's circle, till I became a lawyer, didn't know I existed. So when I became a lawyer, which one of them is a lawyer? That was how I was now known. So my mom was either Mama Mariam or Mama Rashida growing up. So it's the first or last.
Yeah,
because our son's name.
Yeah, because with my mom is Maman Kamal. That's the youngest. So we call her.
So for me, it depends on the area. Sorry, it depends on where you were born. Let's say, for example, I was born in another community. You see some people from that community say Mamara Amatu, another Mamalawa, you know, like that.
How are you doing, Mariam?
I'm doing well. Yesterday, I took the children to see a movie. I was just wondering how empty the screening rooms are. Yeah,
expensive.
Well, it's quite expensive. So another thing also, I noticed that the prices have gone up. So what does that mean for our cinema culture? Would that mean that less people will be going to the cinemas to watch movies? And if that's the case, like what can we do, like as Nigerians, you know, to make it still a culture but less expensive? So but I understand why it is expensive. It's expensive to run those screens, the electricity and everything. But it just felt sad that movies will come out and there are not a lot of people there to watch.
That's how our movie producers do promos and dance and do all of that. So you see when Fuka Kidele's movies in the cinemas, all of you see crowds.
And one day, but it shouldn't be that way.
Abroad scenes.
But the thing is that the culture is actually moving.
It's moving.
So those OTT platforms, that's the over the top, that's the Netflix and everything. So that's why people like Moabud are now creating our own African. She has this Ebony Life Plus, which is the Netflix version of ours. So other platforms are also coming up in Africa. So we need to see how we can create more African platforms for our movie makers to have somewhere to go to. But cinema culture is definitely reducing, but we need to just push it harder because that's the only way our guys are making their money back. You know. Number 2.
Yeah. In Akwana, we're super.
Yes,
in Akwana. So we're super excited today because we're going to go and pick my nephew. My nephew is coming in to come and spend the holidays with my son. You know, my son is the only one. So he's excited. He followed me so that we'll go and pick him up together.
That's
nice. He's the only one. When I had him, I was, after some time, I was thinking, I was like, should I have another, boy so that he can have somebody. Somebody was saying that so that when he goes to the village, he can have somebody that will, when they have a meeting, you have somebody. Yeah, exactly. So he's so happy and
So are you.
Yeah. So, heading to the airport.
I love your outfit.
You do.
Nice.
I'm wearing all my TVC clothes.
Oh, I love the color.
So let me finish with all my clothes.
Yeah.
This is the first time wearing this. Many like me
like
yesterday, but for the first time.
Okay.
All these TVC clothes, we do shakara.
Okay.
I gotta bring it out. I'm wearing all my wardrobe clothes.
Yeah,
so that's
nice. A nice color.
Yeah, but I like it too. I think I might just buy it off them, you know? Yeah, how are you guys doing with summer holiday, the kids, and
for us,
time for
it's been
screen?
For us, it's been lessons. It's been too serious, so that's why I did that. Like, let's go and watch something. They've been preparing them for the next stage. I did the lessons because she'd be doing chemistry, physics for the very first time, and I thought she should get some sort of idea what it is like. And so
That's nice. That's a good idea. You know, we just got them doing questions and past questions. And
that's very good.
We got past questions. They're not touch them, and I have to pack them. This morning, my driver called in sick, so I have to cancel and hope that they do their classes virtually. I hope, because there's no adult supervisor.
Let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll look at the front pages of the paper. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with The Nation. Amechi, Hafayemi, and I began opposition coalition. IG orders probe of Kwamwon's Abuja airport infraction. Why I'm supporting Tinubu by Soludo. INEC begins continuous voter registration nationwide on Monday. Tambuwal EFCC hits back at ADC over unprovoked attack. Illegal 176 estates, diaspora depositors demand refund. How non-interest in finance sector can grow, says Edum. And national single window to take off in March. Okay, which story?
Okay, so let me just do the 176 estates. So the Nigerian chapter of the International Real Estate Federation, which is supposed to be let's leave it like that. I can't get the acronym correct. So they are knocking the Physical Planning and Urban Development Ministry in Lagos State for declaring 176 estates illegal. They said that this was anti-productive and, affected their businesses because most diasporans now do not trust them and they're insisting on full refund of their monies. And they said that government, who has the sole responsibility to save lives and properties, did this and sent panic to the market. And they ought to have convened a meeting and told the developers instead of, just going online and announcing this. This statement was given by the president, Akin Okwatola. Topa has been taking these stories from the side of the real estate developers, but I'm here to hear the side of them talking to themselves because it's not unfounded what the Commissioner for Urban and Physical Planning said. These practices are rife in the industry. Yes, if they have many of them, there are ways to manage post the event, their customers and give them reassurances. But it's also important to check within themselves to sanitize that sector. That's why you have ethics and whatever committees within certain foundations. Under the MBA, for instance, there are things I can't get away with.
You're right. But again, I always say the government too has a responsibility not to send this kind of shock waves because there's a ripple effect that affects the economy of Lagos State also and even the country at large. So as much as they can have the internally regulate themselves, warn them, but your wordings must be very careful not to mess because people are refunding not because
People are
need to
demanding
refund.
full refund doesn't mean people are taking them to court. It's not an immediate kill or die situation consequence.
I just hope
it's manageable.
I hope this can
but I
be
hope that they
managed.
sanitize the sector. The sector is very, very scattered.
You're absolutely
the
correct.
level of fraud in that sector is worse than anything. So I would like to see them do more amongst themselves to regulate, to give people.
I've been swindled, trust me. I know.
They should do better.
Any other story in the nation?
IG orders probe of Kwamwan's Abuja airport infraction. So the Inspector General of Police yesterday ordered an investigation into the alleged obstruction of value jet aircraft by the Fuji musician Wasiu Ayinde Marshal. I know it's Marshall, but I'm saying Marshal the way he said.
That's how we say it on the street.
So as we remember, it just goes to tell us what happened, and we're all aware of, what we saw, and the Inspector General of Police saying that they are going to investigate these allegations, and they will get back to us. They said it will commence immediately a thorough investigation into the matter to unravel the circumstances which led to the ugly incident, and then ensure justice is served accordingly. And in addition, we have the story of Miss Emerson. That's the one that we've been discussing lately. As we know, she was arraigned by the Ikeja Magistrate Court and then remanded. And they said it was because she could not provide adequate sureties. And also, yesterday, due to some mix-up in her remand order, she's still being remanded at the Correctional Center. But we have Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Dr. Doyin Awolayi, has confirmed that he'll be representing Miss Emerson, and because the family had briefed him of what has happened, so he'll be representing her. But we also have a lot of people speaking up. We have the Nigerian Bar Association, who has condemned the treatment that was meted out to her and says that the staff of Ibom Air behaved recklessly and violated her right to dignity. We also have an association of AWLA, sorry, I'm trying to find it. I think it's a Women's Lawyers Association, the Lagos branch, African Women Lawyers Association as well, who have expressed displeasure in the way that she was treated. They said that it was abuse, a violation of her dignity and fundamental human rights. So she seemed, given the updates of what we've heard, a lot of people think she was treated wrongly, and she seems to have a lot of support really from different quarters.
Yep.
So that's what
we're going to make her rich. Yeah, I hope so.
Looks like that.
Okay, so I have the story where the Anambra State Governor said, I support the president. The Anambra State Governor, Chukwuma Soludo, gave reasons why he's supporting the president, President Tinubu's policies and his re-election in 2027. They said he said this at a meeting where he wore the cap with the president's broken chain cap logo and a photograph of both himself and the president. He told the reporters that, and I quote, "I don't have any apologies about it. President Tinubu is my friend, has been my friend for 20 years now and counting." He said, "I support him. I'm impressed by the bold steps he has taken, particularly in the areas of the economy and structural reforms." He went ahead to say that Anambra State Homeland Security Law in January marked a turning point in dismantling the foundations of criminality. And he also said that the deadly native doctors are on the run from the state because these are the guys giving false hope, deceiving our young ones and luring them into criminality. He said he highlighted the training and empowerment of 5,000 youths in the past year, with another 8,700 set to receive financial support worth several billions of naira this month or next. Sobo the Hacker said between now and 2031, anybody can say whatever he or she wishes to say, but the space is already taken, occupied by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Okay, yesterday, following criticisms to the EFCC about the detaining of the former governor Tambuwa Aminu of Sokoto State, Governor Aminu Tambuwa, at the EFCC detention. The chairman of EFCC has come out, Mr. Olukayode, explained that the agency runs a non-partisan agency and they have a mandate to ensure that they have to be circumspect and dispassionate in the exercise of their mandate. And he's saying that, according to him, if I am not condemned for investigating both former and serving strong ruling party governors and ministers, I should not be condemned for also investigating opposition figures. So because people said that arresting Tambo was because of the ADC coalition, they were witch hunting them. And he said, no, he was just only doing his job. According to him, he said that the former governor who was detained in the headquarters yesterday was released at 5 p.m. and his passport was seized, saying that he can't travel so that they can always get him for additional questions. The ACD had come out to accuse the commission of reopening dormant cases against members of the coalition in reaction to the coalition. The opposition party also alleged attempts to intimidate key opposition members by the federal government. And Olukayode described the attack by ADC as unprovoked and shocking, stressing that it underscored a blame game. Said it will not submit itself to blackmail or to discontinue ongoing investigations. And he added that the ADC unprovoked attack on the EFCC is handling the cases involving political exposed persons from every side, not just the ADC. Okay, let's take the Punch now. Health sector crisis persists despite 5.4 trillion naira World Bank loans. Court orders FG to close case in Dasuki's decade-old trial. FG dropped 60 billion naira fraud charges against ex-AMCON MD. Boko Haram scare. Borno villagers flee, sleep on Cameroon streets and schools. Picture story here. Migrants attempting to cross the English Channel off the beach of Gravelines, North France. NBA. Others condemn Ibom female passengers' assault. And 30,000 naira car race that leaves 5 dead in Ogun. Let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll look at the topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Imagine a country with over 300 plenty languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo? Where we get a common language where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self and every person wey dey for street. That's why we dey introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station wey dey unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show Wetin Dey with your brother, your friend Wale Po.
Everywhere.
So Bobo.
Gen Z, you dey chop for this side.
This na Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Now we be What's Up Naija crew. Now we dey give you wetin dey sup for inside we country.
Yes, so
Keep it loud.
If God be your papa, why you not gonna make Yanga?
about wahala.
Now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, we right here. Nobody better than we, right?
Okay, now whispers be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go hear.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers.
Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government that will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyinbo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crimes of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe it's achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless.
Amade
Doja Salamadini, I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
I'm Nifemi Oguntoye, news anchor with TVC News.
My day is usually busy and it's difficult keeping up with breaking news stories, trending stories, business news, stock exchange and what have you. But with TVC News on WhatsApp, I'm able to catch up with all the breaking news, real-time updates and trending stories on the go right on my phone, no matter where I am. It's quick, easy, and always on. And hey, you can join us by scanning the QR code or using the link on our X and Instagram. Why wait? Come to the side of news that keeps you ahead. TVC News, first with breaking news.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. Who has a story?
Yes, I have Boko Haram scare. This is in Borno State. They said hundreds of residents of Kirawa in Borno State, displaced by Boko Haram insurgents, are now taking refuge in Cameroonian villages. And they are also lamenting their harsh living conditions. They said that Saturday's attack was which prompted the withdrawal of troops from the community, has had a lot of them spread, across border villages in Cameroon. They are sleeping on roads, in mosques, and in classrooms to avoid midnight assaults. The district head, Abdul Rahman Abubakar, confirmed the development and is asking for urgent government action to resettle the community and restore peace to the area. He said they can no longer sleep with their two eyes closed. Their people juggle between two countries, sleeping in Cameroon at night and returning to spend the day in Nigeria. He said this is the first time they're experiencing such an attack since their community was resettled some years back. In fact, a displaced resident has described the condition in Cameroon as disturbing and inhumane. He says, for example, on Monday night, there was heavy rainfall and many of the residents still had to sleep outside under that rainfall. And so that is the situation that they are in. It's really a sad situation. So they were attacked, the troops have left their community, and now they're just displaced. Right? Yes, this is in Borno, Kirawa community.
So I have Dasuki's case, and I'm sure in this case yesterday, the Federal High Court in Abuja fixed Tuesday, 24th of September, 25th and 26th of September 2025 for the federal government to close their case. I'm surprised that the prosecution's side is what they are still hearing. So when they say close case, prosecution will come first and do all their examinations to establish the case against the accused. And that's what they have been doing for 10 years. This matter was Dasuki was charged to court over alleged unlawful possession of firearms and money laundering in 2015 when President Buhari took office. And he's been in court. He has not even entered his defense. They have not even heard his side of the story. This is certainly justice miscarried, because I wonder what kind of consequence will happen. He's not, he should be in his 70s, not by now. And so he's still in court. The justice trial judge.
What could have stalled this? What could have stalled this? Refusal to prosecute was
systemic. Because I cannot say that some criminal trials, all criminal trials are like this. Even we have, we're done with most of our cases, but this was yes, it was a very signature matter.
Yes,
the government was doing.
But a lot of money was linked to this Dasuki.
A lot of them were looking towards the end of it. Yes. So we're just hearing, prosecution has not closed their case. So the trial judge is ordering the prosecution, finish calling all your witnesses by that date. Imagine. So that we can finally enter into defense and
okay, so there was they said there's a story. They said there was a 30,000 car racing bets, which leaves 5 people dead in Ogun State. They said that 30,000 car race wager resulted in an accident that left 5 people dead. That's 3 Yahoo boys and 2 residents. They said they had a bet, and they said the winner would get 30,000. And but in the process, one of the participants lost control and rammed into a nearby shop, killing 2 bystanders on the spot. Those ones stood and they were watching what was happening, and then the car just went and then hit them, and 5 of them died on the spot. And then they said they showed the there's a video where they showed the damaged building that the car had rammed into, and the occupants of the vehicle trapped inside, all dead. Let's just be careful with all of these things.
Young people.
They are so rest in peace.
Young people.
Daily Sun. We are investigating many governors, says EFCC. Says no sacred cows, corruption has no party lines. Marketers accuse NNPCL boss of sabotaging Port Harcourt refinery. 81 out of 1,888 female inmates on death row, says National COS, with NCOS. Access Bank strengthens Afro-Caribbean ties as ACTIF 2025 in Grenada. Ibom Air Saga, NBA rejects passengers' life ban and will be furious. 16 inmates escaped, 6 officers injured in Kefi jailbreak. And Nigerian hospitals now where people go to die, says Anglican Church. Which story?
We have the jailbreaks break. So there's a few days after the Suleja, Kogi and Kuje jailbreaks, the nation has witnessed another disturbance in the medium security custodial center, Kefi, in Nasarawa State. They say 16 inmates yesterday escaped and 5 personnel of the custodial center sustained varying degrees of injuries. So 2 of the personnel were seriously wounded and currently receiving treatment at a government health facility. The Nigerian Correctional Service said that some inmates breached the security of the facility and attacked personnel on duty. In the course of containing the situation, 5 personnel of the custodial center sustained injuries. They said, however, 7 of the fleeing inmates have been recaptured and they are now in custody. The Controller General of Corrections, Sylvester Ndidi Wakuche, has visited the facility and he has ordered a thorough investigation into the escape. He said no staff would be spared if found culpable, and he has directed the immediate search to recapture the fleeing inmates in collaboration with sister security agencies. This is just one more jailbreak. This is too many jailbreaks, honestly.
Okay, so still on the Nigerian Correctional Service, yesterday the Deputy Controller General of the Nigerian Correctional Service under the Inmates Training and Productivity Directorate, Ibrahim Idris, was fielding questions, and he said that there are 1,885 females across the country, and 81 of those numbers are on death row. Now, only 650 of those females have been convicted of their crimes. 1,235 are awaiting trial. They are just there. So he was also asked about how they are treated in the facilities. He said that they undergo pregnancy tests on their first day of admission, and subject to whether test kits are available. And then if they have babies while in custody, the babies are not kept in the facility beyond 18 months. Such babies are usually handed over to either family members or designated welfare centers. And whether they are treating those with physical disabilities well, he quoted the sections of the NCOS Act 2019 that provides for what is available and says that there are no particular documents or protocol on how the physically disabled are treated, but they are helped by staff by fellow inmates on compassionate grounds. And they just quoted that, saying also they do their mental and physical health check, and is usually repeated for not later than 2 weeks upon admission into the custodial centers. I'm wondering, there should be a breakdown protocol. And then why do we have 235? There are several various ways that the courts come in to reduce congestions in the correctional centers. And I think one of those he should be writing. They should be writing to the states government or the federal government as it applies to come and do all of those decongestion of the ports with other means, as opposed to keeping people awaiting trial. Some of them is just because they were unable to meet bail terms. It is sometimes too difficult for them, and some, while waiting, they repent and and become better people. So,
okay, any other story in Sun? Okay, moving on. I think we're running out of time. Let's take one final story. Vanguard, Ibom Air Farka, Comfort begins life at Agricutural NBA waiting. 2027, I want to deny Tinubu. We've been friends for 22 years, says Soludo. 16 inmates attack warders, breach Kefi prison, 7 rearrested. NMA raises alarm over mental health crisis among doctors. NSDC seals deal with four new operators to produce 400,000 metric tons of sugar annually. and she will really lead protests to NYSC headquarters over unjust treatment. Let's take a story there.
NMA raises alarm over crisis among doctors. So the Kwara State chapter of Nigeria Medical Association has expressed concern over the growing mental health challenges and well-being of doctors in Nigeria at the 2025 annual general meeting titled Mental Health and Well-being of Doctors in Nigeria. Had the chairman of the association, state this. He said, while we celebrate innovation and leadership, we must also confront a growing crisis of mental health and well-being of doctors in Nigeria. As we know, doctors are the front lines of care, yet often they face overwhelming stressors such as long working hours, high patient loads, poor remuneration, inadequate infrastructure, workplace insecurity and violence. And he says that these challenges have led to an increase in cases of burnout, anxiety, depression, and even suicide among medical practitioners. They said there's a survey that recently found that many Nigerian doctors experience significant mental health issues. For me, this is worrisome. This is scary. These are the people that we go to when we feel like this. And if they are feeling this way, then where do we go? So whatever that is needed. So usually, when they come out to ask for remuneration, for better working conditions, it's not only about the money, it's also about things like this. So we need to do better. And I took the story because you had taken a story similar to this. So this must be something that's quite concerning for the Medical Association, for them to keep repeating and reiterating it.
Okay, that's all we can take on Front Page Review this morning. Let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we hopefully conclude on this Palm 1 story. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Tasty, something to fill my belly. I want my golden penny noodles full of flavor paprika. I want what I want. Golden penny noodles.
Imagine a country with over 300 plenty languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo? Where we get a common language where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self and every person wey dey for street. That's why we dey introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station where they unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show, Waiting Day, with your brother, your friend, Wale Po.
Everywhere. So, Bobo.
You dey chop for this
This is not Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Aww.
Now we be What's Up Naija crew. Now we dey give you wetin dey sup for inside we country.
Yes, so
keep it locked.
You've got me your papa. Why you not gonna make Yanga?
Compound Wahala.
Now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, we right here.
Nobody better than we, right?
Okay, now whispers be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go hear.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers.
Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyingo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crimes of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe it's achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. I'm Adedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
I'm Nifemi Oguntoye, news anchor with TVC News.
My day is usually busy and it's difficult keeping up with breaking news stories, trending stories, business news, stock exchange and what have you. But with TVC News on WhatsApp, I'm able to catch up with all the breaking news, real-time updates and trending stories on the go, right on my phone, no matter where I am. It's quick, easy and always on. And here you can join us by scanning the QR code or using the link on our X and Instagram. Why wait? Come to the side of news that keeps you ahead. TVC News, first with breaking news.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Barkamu da warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of your view are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
This is not just a round table. This is the Black Table.
This is the Black Table, where real men speak the truth about the world we live in, the games we play, the power we chase, and the women who shake it off. Unfiltered.
There's this entitlement to choice.
Unapologetic.
There's something in sociology that said even crime has an advantage in the society.
Unafraid.
In my practice, I found that sometimes the woman is saying honey, but you are hearing monkey.
Sports, politics, culture, women, and what it means to be a man in today's world. No scripts, no safe zones, just grown conversations. So pull up a chair if you're built for it. This is the Black Table.
Thanks for staying with us. So, as an update to the Quam 1, Quam 2 stories we've been taking for the past few days, the facts are out. People have come out in different ways to come and share their own opinion or even experiences, those who flied with her on the plane. And it's clear that Ms. Emerson was intimidated, was humiliated and insulted by the condescending air hostess whose composure probably also provoked the reactions we saw in the preceding videos that came out. And while the investigation is ongoing, many of you are aware that she's currently at the Kirikiri station. However, the Minister of Aviation has come out with a press release stating that she has been remorseful, and as a result, they're asking that the charges be dropped or reduced. I'm not sure which it is. They're also concerning Quam 1. They are reducing his sanction from indefinite to 1 month. They're also asking the NCAA to reduce her own aviation sanction. I'm not sure exactly how long they're prescribing for her, but we'll get that information in the coming days. But they're asking for it to be reviewed. They're also, according to the minister, have made Kwamwon an ambassador. Now, this is somebody whose behavior has been seen or has been said to actually be criminal. You know, holding a plane hostage in itself is a criminal activity in many parts of the world. And many have also argued that he should have been arrested even faster than Ms. Emerson was. So on what basis is the government now recommending he being a face of the aviation? On the other hand, should Ms. Emerson be also considered to be an ambassador for the aviation sector? These are conversations that are ongoing, and you can only share your views on this station, your view, on this program, your view. So you can join the conversation on 020-163-52013, 090-241-63440. You can also send your messages on X, and on YouTube. We'll be happy to hear your thoughts, because we'd like to hear your views on the updates, because everybody's quite concerned on the manner in which this case has progressed so far. Who would like to jump in here? Ramatu, Niman, who wants to jump in?
Miru? I don't want to give
Ramatu, I've not heard from you at all since you're coming the first time in this. So what are your general thoughts?
Okay, so my general thoughts, when I saw the video, I was we argued about it on my girls group. And
you got a girls group?
Yeah, we had a girls group. So we argued about it, and I was kind of, supporting the lady because I didn't like the way the whole thing happened. But what I'm just going to say is that it's social media that determines what we do in this country. If it was social media that brought our attention to all of these things, and now we are just releasing press, one statement, we release from one statement to another, everybody just releasing different statements without actually investigating and finding out what really went wrong. So now for the Minister of Aviation, this is press release. He has released how many so far? Immediately it happened. No investigation, nothing. He released one. Ibom Air released.
If he released
another one again.
He did not talk.
Second one. Now again, this third one now again.
Government doesn't talk. People say they didn't hear from them. You're talking now. You're complaining that they're talking.
So what it just means is that let's just be calming down. Anytime things like this happen, we should just calm down and do our investigations properly, and understand all the laws and everything, constitution, what the constitution is saying and everything, before we now start releasing presses up and down. Okay. So when I was coming, this on the radio, I heard somebody was narrating. He said he sat close to her and he was telling what happened. I like the way he narrated his story. He was even giving meter. He said he's 2 meters away from her. All those kind of things. He said that when they were on board, that so he made use of Air Hostess 1 and Air Hostess 2. So the Air Hostess 1, they said she was very nice, calm, everything. She came to meet her and she told her to switch off her phone. And the comfort lady said that her buttons are not working, that can she help her switch off the phone? The second she now left, it was the second air hostess that now came and told her that, please switch off the phone, please. She now said her buttons are not working. Now said, I can't touch your phone, please, put it off. Put it off immediately. And, she couldn't do it. Then somebody close to her now collected the phone and, tried to, but he couldn't. So she now put it on airplane mode. And that was just what happened there. And that he was saying that the air hostess was quite harsh on her. He spoke to her rudely. He was not. She was not nice at all. And that he himself, you can judge that she provoked her a lot. So when they got down, they made sure that all of them came down from the plane while she went to the toilet. That she went to use the restroom. And by the time she came out, the other one blocked her and said she should not move. But they had already gone, they had entered the bus and they had left. So from there, he didn't know what happened. Okay. But what happened in the plane itself, that's everything, he blamed the second air hostess that she was at fault.
What I want to say is, with the updates that we're getting, and I want to pray for everyone, is that may God vindicate you if you find yourself in a situation where people have decided to make a mockery of you. May you find people that will speak up for you and vindicate you. Because imagine if people didn't speak up, we would have all gone home with a narrative that she was just unruly and resisting arrest. Meanwhile, you had provoked someone, you had pushed her to the wall, you had acted unprofessionally, and then you now have this performative calmness because you now know that you're on camera, so that it looks like you didn't do anything. And for me, that one really touched me, because many times you find yourself in situations where people will call you names, say all sorts of things against you because someone has refused to open up or speak up. The second part is, as much as I'm grateful that people are talking and giving their side of the story, is that why did they leave? Why did they leave her? Why didn't they stand up to them? You know, why didn't everyone else stand? Disembark and stay. Do you understand? I just feel that we need to do better in standing up for what is right. I'm not saying in every case, but for what is right. When you see that someone is getting unfairly treated, we should be able to speak up for each other. That's the only way things can get better. And that's the only way we can also put some people in check. Professionals, you know, will act better if they know that they'll be called out by just anyone. But they get away with bad behavior because good people have decided to keep quiet or mind their business. We need to do better in that case. But are we headed to the ambassadorial?
No, let me hear So it is confirmed that, let me just say that Ms. Emerson has been forgiven because she was remorseful, and the charges are dropped, and they're processing her release hopefully before the end of the week.
I don't understand remorseful.
Kwamontu was remorseful.
But why is she remorseful?
So Kwawan obstructed a plane from taking off, delayed people, and in some claims it's terrorism.
Yes.
He did something very grievous. She, on the other hand, didn't switch off her phone and then wasn't approached properly. Something happened, provoked her, which is now the new account that we have, and then she's reacting to whatever is provoking her, and then she was manhandled, undignified, you know, exposed, and now she's a nude advocate, influencer, because somebody voluntarily, without her permission, posted her nudity. I think they've not done enough.
She deserves to be apologized.
Because they should just charge her. They should charge her to that court. Let all of us go there and establish matter. Do you understand? Because if they forgive now, they are forgiving the people who are the real culprits, because now we want to shut up and sweep it under the carpet. Because that hostess people have been coming with accounts. And I'll be surprised if Ibom is still hiring, that woman is still in active service with Ibom. It means that they don't even have a media public image they want to protect. Young girls were talking about not wanting to use the plane. The level of what they did to the girl, you know, forget whether she dressed well or not, was so bad. Let's compare it to a certified mental health person on the streets. In my place, they say, when the mad person know they know, now a family member they know. Let's confirm that she's a mad woman and she's crazy on the streets, and she comes to your house and she's trying to take what does not belong to her. Do you tear off her clothes to prove a point? No. So the handling that led to that, Ibom should by now be giving her a lifetime free business class.
Yes, true.
The consequence of settlement should be grievous. They should be sorry that, yes, even though we were right, we were wrong, because they quickly grandstanded. They put out a side. And I must commend the Minister for Aviation in both cases. Because he didn't dare. But they told him what happened. And in what as he was investigating, because I follow his page, I've always followed this page as a law student, as he was updating. And he took a neutral, unbiased stand. Forget Nigerians saying that because one person is known to the president, another person is not. Even in Kwamwan's case, I liked his side of things. Immediately, he took a stand. He talked about the pilots, he talked about all parties. And in this case, and I believe that his intervention is why we're even talking about all this one we're talking. But I don't think that withdrawing that charge is any justice to...
Okay, then we're going to pause for a second, because there's so much to unpack here. You know, as you said, is it a way to just get her to shut up and just let's move on? And somebody must remind her, auntie, you're about to be a billionaire. Let's go short break. I wish in the US now.
They'll be rushing her. Of the lawyers.
Let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue this conversation. Stay with us and be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Imagine a country with over 320 plenty languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa and Igbo? Where we get a common language where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam sef and every person wey dey for street. That's why we dey introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station wey dey unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show Wetin Dey with your brother, your friend Wale Po.
Everywhere. So, Bobo.
This na Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Oh.
Now we be What's Up Naija crew. Now we dey give you wetin dey sup for inside we country. Yes, so keep it loud.
If God be your papa, why you not gonna make Yanga?
Compound wahala.
Now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, we right here. Nobody better than we, right?
Okay, now whispers be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go hear.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyingo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crimes of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe it's achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amadedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
I'm Nifemi Oguntoye, news anchor with TVC News.
My day is usually busy and it's difficult keeping up with breaking news stories, trending stories, business news, stock exchange and what have you. But with TVC News on WhatsApp, I'm able to catch up with all the breaking news, real-time updates and trending stories on the go, right on my phone, no matter where I am. It's quick, easy and always on. And here you can join us by scanning the QR code or using the link on our X and Instagram. Why wait? Come to the side of news that keeps you ahead. TVC News, first with breaking news.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amakora Akwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Barkamu da warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of your view are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and...
Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing Quam 2, especially because that's Ms. Emerson's case with Ibom Air. And as the minister has said, the charges are being dropped and hopefully she'll be home But there's still a conversation as to why she was whisked away to Kirikiri almost immediately. Many have said it's because of the violent behavior, her reaction. So it's one thing for you to be provoked. It's also another thing for you to decide to be violent or to be civil. So their case, like, well, she hit our people, she slapped our people, she pushed her. So maybe on that basis, they felt like this person, this errant passenger must be bundled out and taken away. Maybe that's an argument. But because other people are coming out and say she was provoked, now that's now different. What's provocation? Like, how could you have been provoked to this point? But that's not the conversation. The after effect now is she's being released. They said she was remorseful. Nima has said she has no business being remorseful because she has a case, right? But now that the minister has said, Kwam 1, we are going to reduce, because many Nigerians were celebrating what thought it made sense for him to be given that indefinite ban. But really, a Kwam 1. But suddenly, the minister has soft pedaled and is not saying he'll be banned for just 1 month.
Okay, but
yet to hear what her own will be reviewed to.
The power of pardon is exclusively that of one person in the scheme of, in the entire legal system, either after conviction, the governor, or pending trial, the judge, or the AG, pending prosecution. So it is one person's power, and it is based on that person's description of how things are going, political arrangements, grievousness of the crime. Whether you like it or not, it's until you are the receiving end of it that you will know that it's justice. If it is you that is facing the trial and they give you that kind of AG cause of your prosecution, you go, God, thank you. At least God was merciful.
Do testimony.
Yes, you do testimony. You want to benefit from it. So it is when it is at that point. So in this case, in Kwam 1's case, Kwam 1 is a known celebrity. And initially, he thought he had good grounds. And so he decided that in his own wisdom, thought he could obstruct a plane and get away with it. But the moment he realized the gravity of what he had done, he did not continue to grandstand and tell us, do you know am I? I'm calling the president.
Apologized.
He apologized. And so I would not sit here, because if I was benefiting from the powers, exercise of that powers too, of the Attorney General, or maybe I would be happy. So this is not politically correct to the populace on online. This is the truth. In the system, these are existing, and they are constitutionally founded powers. So now that he has realized what he did he continue to grandstand? Did he call his lawyers to make a case? Did he say that I will sue ValueJet and that lady, she will see me? The moment he was in his lucid interval, and he calmed down, he knew.
Apologized. Let me pause you for a second. Tunde has been holding for a while. Good morning, Tunde from Ikorodu. Mr. Tunde, you're live. Hello? I think I lost that caller. Go ahead.
So he calmed down and he did an apology. He was remorseful. And it was immediate. The case of Emerson, she has not even gotten that opportunity, but she was validly provoked. She was on the plane had landed, and somebody decided, I will take it out on you to show you Pepe. It was a show you Pepe kind of case. So the person cleverly continued to provoke her. If she had descended that aircraft, the person can still arrest her, but it was a choosing method of, I will deal with you, who are you? And then two of them are not two people, they are two different people. Kwam 1 is an international icon, whether you like it or not. It's always been our face. Is a musician well known. If we want to make an ambassador of anybody to deter this crime in a better way, this is Kwam 1.
So you agree with that?
No, I'm just saying, I've just explained these privileges. I'm also explaining that between the two, there might be a reason why he was the one chosen, and not her. I'm just saying, based on his platform, level
allow
of
me
influence.
to how?
You can disagree, I understand. Based on his platform, level of influence, all of that can be the reason. But I do not think that the two should be mixed up.
Okay.
We will deal with Madam Emerson on her own. She has a good case. She should be compensated beyond, hugely.
Yeah.
But for Kwam 1, I'm just explaining.
Okay, let me hear your thoughts. Who else likes to jump on this?
They made him ambassador. People, do you understand what we are saying? When did they make him this ambassador?
Yesterday.
Why? Why? I mean,
just that you get influence.
Like who sat down, what committee sat down and thought this is someone that the whole of Nigeria is calling out for for his bad behavior? Yes, that's okay. Apologize that you have done something wrong, but then I will now reward you. I don't understand. You have apologized. They have even reduced the ban. You did not give him community service. You did not do anything. Then you now award him with what? Are we okay? I don't even understand how we are even trying to rationalize it. Am I in the same country?
You know what Nima was saying? That PR person that recommended this to be minister should be sacked. If you sat down in your wisdom and said, okay, sir, you know what? Let us make him an ambassador. So you that's made that statement should first of all go home.
Yes, because those are the people you don't want around you. Do you know that this is even the wrongest time to do anything like that? Exactly. You're still getting heat. Then you want to pour even more coal to the heat. But I'm not asking that they should make you ambassador. It is wrong completely. And I don't know whether he asked that he should receive it, whatever it is. I don't even understand. Do you know, I feel as if I'm sleeping. I'm not awake. Like I'm going to see that this story is fake.
Nima said that he's an international. Let me remind you. Remember this happened with Naira Marley, and the same federal government made him ambassador of NDLEA because I'm just giving an example that it is in the character.
They came out with a press release. They said he was not ambassador, but then they took a photo with him, shaking him. Meanwhile, we're already calling him out for all sorts of bad behavior, taking and glamorizing drug use in his videos. Is something happening to us?
That is where I want us to go. I'm talking to you in a minute. So sorry about that. So I want us to remind our PR people in all these federal government ministerials or ministries to understand that bad behavior should not be rewarded. Because many of them think that it's a good, that let's make him the ambassador, he will be the face. But the truth is that what Nigerians want to see is justice. Justice, yes. Is that justice that will now become your ambassador? When they see that justice is being served, that is the real ambassador to change the mindset of Nigerians towards our
You don't even make him an ambassador. You don't make him an ambassador. You ask him to do community service in such a way that it's seen everywhere. Then you look for someone who has always conducted themselves well and make that person the ambassador. You don't reward bad behavior. It does not make sense. Okay. You can forgive bad behavior. So you can minimize whatever punishment if the person shows remorse, but you do not reward bad behavior, and that's what we're doing with
I totally agree with you, Mariam, because that's exactly what I wanted to say. I wanted to reply to Nima where she said that he was remorseful and he's well known all over the world and everything, and that's the reason why he should be made an ambassador. And I'll put it to you that they've already said he's going to spend 6 months. It's because of this comfort case. That's why they are revisiting his own case. And then they now revisited his own case and now reduced it to 1 month. That's not a reason why you should, because they are 2 separate cases. His own case is different. Her own case is different. But now, because of her own now, they have now gone to go and, they've gone to his own and now they've now reduced it. It's wrong. They've already given him his own sentence. They've said he should go and do 6 months. Let him go and do his 6 months, Jeje. Let him do it. And then leave the other ones.
He does 6 months. So, yes, they can make him an ambassador, but post-consequence.
I have to go on a break. I'm sorry. I'll start with you and come back. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Are you a foreign national living in
This is not just the round table. This is the Black Table.
This is the Black Table, where real men speak the truth about the world we live in, the games we play, the power we chase, and the women who shake it off. Unfiltered.
There's this entitlement to choice.
Unapologetic.
There's something in sociology that said even crime has an advantage in the society.
Unafraid.
In my practice, I found that sometimes the woman is saying honey, but you are hearing monkey.
Sports, politics, culture, women, and what it means to be a man in today's world. No scripts, no safe zones, just grown conversations. So pull up a chair if you're built for it. This is the Black Table.
Imagine a country with over 300 plenty languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo? When we get a common language, where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self, and every person where they for street. That's now why we dey introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station where they unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show, Waiting Day, with your brother, your friend, Wale Po.
Everywhere.
So, Papa.
You a joke for this time.
This is not Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Oh.
Now we be what's up Naija crew. Now we they give you wetin dey sup for inside we country. Yes, so keep it loud.
If God be your papa, why you not gonna make Yanga?
Compound to Wahala. Now here we dey settle all the matter. Bro, you right here. Nobody better than we, right?
Okay, now whispers be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go here.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're having this conversation. Nima was going to say something for the break.
So I was saying that Kwawan could be made an influencer on this, an ambassador of this kind of to detail in a very celebratory way, because he's a celebrity and has more following and influence post consequence. So instead of waiving his 1 month, 6 months ban, because it was that 6 month ban was given pending investigation into the conduct of the pilot and some of the staff of ValueJet, as well as his own, which was visible in the video evidences that we relied on. They should have allowed the time pass out. You know, we're saying this same thing when the stampede happened in Oyo that involved Olori Naomi at the time, that yes, that they have detained her in custody, they are, you know, charging her for murder and all of that, does not mean that she's a criminal. And it didn't absolve her of organizing or being involved in the organization of that event that led to the stampede of those children. But we're talking lives. And so sometimes the quickness is the injustice, but that the leniency was given is not any injustice, depending on, because we like to look at it that depending on person per time is why the leniency was given. Leniency is part of justice system. Remorsefulness is rewarded sometimes, but this, the way it was carried out in Kwawan's case would give people suspicion and lead people to reach anyhow conclusions on the part of...
Okay, I want to talk about this leniency for a moment, but I'm told I have a caller. Good morning. Thanks for calling. I think it's Yakub.
Yeah, good morning, Mariah.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead.
And good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Mariah, you see, yesterday, I said that there is a double standard to everything in this country. Now, I've been vindicated because I said the way they deal with Kwanwan issue and then the way they deal with the lady in question issue, they deal with them differently. Now, can you hear me?
Now I can.
You cannot hear me?
I hear you now. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that now you give somebody ban for 6 months, and then you turn around 360 degrees, and then you now give that person ambassador again. Now, I totally agree with Miriam, 1001%, because what is the message we are trying to pass to people around the globe? Now, somebody that you gave the way he did, and then you give that kind of person ambassador for God's sake. So you are telling us that you can reward bad behavior. There are some people that did something that is very nice and good in this country, they will never be rewarded. Now somebody that wants to stop playing with hands, and then you give that kind of person ambassador on what basis? So what I'm trying to say, see, somebody like us support this government. I always said this. We are not supporting this government blindfoldedly, because we support this government because we know that they can do better than the previous government. Now, whatever they did, we have the opportunity to pour our mouth out and let them know that they are not doing the right thing. On this kind of a situation that they are doing the wrong thing, it is not good at all. And then the lady in question should be able to get a lawyer, a son, but for that matter.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you, Yakub. I wanted to talk about this issue of leniency, which you said is recognized by the law. And the minister himself said that that Kwamwon publicly demonstrated penitence, remorse, apologized. And because of that, they had reconsidered. And in a country where people don't trust the government, we have weak systems, people just believe everything government works against the populace. This is a time where we need to strengthen our system such that even though leniency is recognized, because we are trying to buy back trust, we're trying to buy back confidence in governance, because that is the full picture. That's the end goal. This is what I'm still saying, where the behavior of this, what they call them, this your land people, this your real estate people. That as much as I understand certain things is how it is recognized. The bigger picture, the bigger elephant in the room is that we need Nigerians to believe in the system. We need Nigerians to trust in the system. And for us to achieve that, when an opportunity like this comes, the system must be seen to be blindfolded, such that we carry out the law to its full course. So that Nigerians can say, okay, I see carrying dustbin and brush. I'll be there in the airport once a week because he's doing community service. Oh, I am seeing Kwamwon sweeping the floor because of what? Because I am trying to build a system to let the young Nigerian who is 16 years old say, okay, this is a country I'm building for you. Because where we are right now, we don't trust government. So when these opportunities arise, government is not time for it to start saying, oh, leniency, oh, he's remorseful. This is the time to buy it. Yeah. So you have lost an opportunity to tell Nigerians that you are investing in their future. That's how I see it.
Thank you.
That's how most
people see it. Thank you. I agree with you completely. But let me just make a case for leniency. I feel that when people show remorse, it's okay to, just tamper justice with mercy. And of course, also it depends on the case itself and also depends on the individual. Now, unfortunately, I will use Kwamwon because that's what we're discussing. The reason he gets some form of leniency is because he has built, let me say, a bank on the side of, he's a self-recognition. Self-recognition. He has contributed to community, to our image. The fact that he's a musician, globally recognized, and he has brought some form of respect based on what he's done for our country. So he's built that bank, on the good side. On the bad side, he has done something. So I can understand why some group of people can get some form of leniency. Not total forgiveness, but some form of leniency. And that way, we encourage people to always aim to do better beyond themselves, for their community, for their country, for the greater good. Because what happens is, people like that, when they make mistakes, you know, we look at, but they've done so well. They've done so good. This must clearly be a mistake. So I understand leniency. What I do not get, and no matter what you say, what I do not get is rewarding the bad behavior. What I expect, right? If it's a country that, you know, they decide to think, he cannot be ambassador, except we don't know what an ambassador means. An ambassador is someone that's supposed to represent you. You say, this person that you see him, this is who we are. He's our spokesperson. The way he talks, the way he behaves, that is how we behave. That is what you are telling the world. So if you make him an ambassador, you're saying the way he carried himself, the way he conducted himself the other day, that is how we conduct ourselves. We agree with it, and that is what we're saying. That is why he's representing us. But we know that that's not what we're saying. He has not conducted himself properly in that instance. Instead, he should be made to do something to show the remorse. So beyond just saying, I'm sorry, what other things can he do? Especially given the platform that he has and the influence that he has. What is wrong with him making a video? So that every time you get on a plane and the screens come up, it shows Kwamwan saying, don't behave like me. This and this and this and this and these are the things that that can do. Behave yourself properly. These are these. Please follow instructions. Don't do this. Don't do this. I know better than anyone. Imagine how far-reaching that would be. But to not carry ambassador and just drop it because ambassador means nothing to us. We don't even understand the meaning of the things that we're doing.
So I don't sound...
the details of his ambassadorial deal does not come out. So it might be that because me, I listen to
just in case that somebody is thinking about it, please, this is how I feel about it.
Me, you know, it's not biased, but I'm a Kwamwan fan.
Yes, we understand. It's fine.
So on Sunday or Saturday, he was at the coronation, 10th anniversary of the coronation of the Ayangure. That's the king of Ikorodu, the Oba of Ikorodu, and he used that entire platform as opposed to praise singing to appeal on his misactions.
He apologized again publicly.
He apologized entirely in the entire. So I used that sound to do a post, and I listened to it over and over, and because there was something he kept saying. You know, I was saying when you are privileged, carry it with class. He kept saying, yes. So he knew. He understands. He knew he understands that he was privileged, but he didn't carry it with a certain. He wasn't careful. Yes. And so I'm not making this case as if he has not sat with the people who decided. I would like to see the post details of this phase. This was not how other people is being compared to now carry themselves.
Okay.
The Naira Marleys of yesterday and all of those ones that we're comparing. These ones are... I
can't even believe that. You
know, in his entire career, which one of these instances do you want to cite except for the Ganusi was talking to their fans? You know? Okay, if he says he's sorry, I want to believe he truly was.
The same way Bill Cosby
he wrote an apology.
The same way Pop Daddy was sorry. I mean, these are people that also they have it. I'm just they're not apples and oranges. I know, but I'm saying that bank you're talking about, Bill Cosby built it over the years. So it's not sometimes about you have that credibility.
That was double-sided. You know, Bill Cosby had two lives. One, in his own rights, felt he was provoked, he was maltreated. Then he brought his class. You know, to compare it to...
And allegedly...
So, okay, let me take this call, then we're going to break. Tunde is calling back. I think he called earlier. Good morning, Tunde. You're live.
Yeah, good morning, Morayo, Miriam, Nema. I agree with what Miriam was saying. Yes. Hello, can you hear me?
Very clearly. Go ahead, please.
I agree with what Miriam was saying. Yes. You know, Nigeria will always be backward. Why do we celebrate bad things? Imagine what R. Kelly did in the US. Imagine he's in Nigeria. He will go scot-free. No matter how popularity, nobody is bigger than any country. We are still supposed to face the consequences of what he did. That's a terrorism act. If he's in Europe, he won't go home that day. He'll be anchored straight to psychiatric hospital, then to the prison. We are celebrating bad things. This country is a fake country. I'm sorry to say that.
It's not.
It's a fake country.
We are working hard. We are working hard. We are trying to make it better.
We saw this impunity go around and everywhere. We're not laying a good foundation for the upcoming young people.
Okay.
That's why you see a lot of people doing rituals.
Let's bring the Nigerian nest. Tunde, thank you very much for coming. We have to go on a break. Okay, let me go on a good break. When I come back, I wanted to bring in another angle. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
tuned. Your View will be right back.
From paper planes to big dreams, every Nigerian child deserves the power to be 100% them.
One day I'll fly real planes like a pilot.
Captain Chidera, fuel up first. From bold dreams to brilliant brains.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyingo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe it's achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amadedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
I'm Nifemi Oguntoye, news anchor with TVC News. My day is usually busy and it's difficult keeping up with breaking news stories, trending stories, business news, stock exchange and what have you. But with TVC News on WhatsApp, I'm able to catch up with all the breaking news, real-time updates and trending stories on the go, right on my phone, no matter where I am. It's quick, easy and always on. And here you can join us by scanning the QR code or using the link on our X and Instagram. Why wait? Come to the side of news that keeps you ahead. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to wrap up on this Common Kwantu story. Ramato is going to jump in here.
Yeah, so I want to say that let's be realistic. They are just trying very hard to make sure that, he doesn't feel bad with what he has done. They know, obviously, that he has done something very, very wrong. And so they are really trying. So it's obvious what he has done. So they are trying so hard, to make him feel good, so they don't hurt him much. At the same time, that's why they are still revisiting the case and trying to bring it low, so he doesn't feel hot. So that's why they're trying to make him an ambassador.
I didn't know
and
that
just to compensate. So they can just compensate him with that. But at the end of the day, because all these things people are saying, we don't have the resources to do that. Like imprimand him and tell him to do community service and all of that. How will you say a whole Kwamwan to go and start cleaning and all of that? But they will not let him do it because he's, quote unquote, a celebrity and somebody well known and everything.
So I agree with what the details of a community service and how timing and all of that is wrong. So if, for instance, the details of this leniency given comes out and it shows that he was told to sweep, he's supposed to carry a placard saying "Don't be like me" and all of that, and all of those details are made public. You understand? Post the event, they are attaching this behavior to his name and brand to deter people. That's what I see here. But we are running around with the term as if it was being rewarded.
But maybe not
now.
now.
It might be for a deterrence. That's on one side. My point is that they are giving him this. They mixed these two cases that are very separate. Yeah, the gravity of what Kwan did is not comparable to what Ms. Emerson did. Okay. It's more grievous than what she did, and they should have been separated. Is 1 year ban or lifetime ban, whatever details of it should be more grievous. Yes. When it is done and they want to be lenient with him, they can go on and make him the face of the behavior and the deterrence of it.
After which
is still an ambassadorial, whether negative or positive.
Okay. Don't make him an ambassador.
No, leave English. It's English you are speaking.
But
speak pidgin. He's made the face of that behavior. Nobody who sees somebody in front of a plane trying to do like this that will not remember him. Yeah. Superman. Everything. They gave him a lot of title. And I am not Yoruba. For those I saw comments, I just learned his song because I live with a Yoruba aunt of mine and I enjoy his song. I understand him. I'm only saying that when you built a good name, and one instance that you gave, the example of Women said, and your one instance could bring entire lifetime achievement down. Yeah. Whatever reason the court will look at. People go to court and get bail on self-recognition. It's because they have a bank of
credibility.
Okay.
Yes, I was just going to say, I remember when we were much younger, Naomi Campbell, who is a well-known global model, she was taken to court by a staff of hers. The staff had accused her of throwing, Naomi Campbell threw her phone at her staff. She took her to court and won the case. They gave Naomi Campbell, they didn't lock her up, but they gave her community service. She showed up for, I think it was a whole month of that community service. Reporters taking pictures of her, and she would go and she cleaned up, And at that time, at that age, she was known for just her erratic behavior. Even though she was doing so much that she was bringing global recognition to her country or whatever, she also was behaving badly. And over the years, she has worked, reworked her image. She's a better person. But when she did something wrong, did she get the punishment for it? No matter how well, credible or whatever credibility she has built, she did. And that's what I want us to do. When we do that, what it means that our younger ones, they will grow up to be more careful, circumspect with how they carry themselves.
Which is where
even what that happened with Emerson would not happen on the other side, because they know that bad behavior would get punished. So that's all we're asking.
For me is the bigger picture in this whole thing. And I don't want to sound hypocritical, because in my own private personal case recently, which I shared with you guys, where the person who was caught, who caused my accident, the police was able to prosecute. And being the Nigerian that I am, the boy was crying, every family was crying, and I'm like, he doesn't have a criminal record, just a mechanic that just made a foolish mistake. I could have died easily. I would have run off. But as a Nigerian, I'm being lenient. I was begging.
Please, can you discuss what you even discussed?
I was begging.
When we talked about it.
I was begging. I was begging that because he doesn't have a criminal record. He's just a hard-working Nigerian man. Mechanic, damn good mechanic, very good. But he did that thing and ran off. So now that he was caught, because the police investigated and caught him, and they're taking him to jail, and I'm there seeing him, and I'm like begging. So now, unfortunately, I am not allowing the system to work, because the police was warning me that, Madam, you are stopping the system from working.
In criminal system, there's only one way to see it. Charge him to court, let the court decide.
So that is being done.
But you can withdraw charges.
That's what I'm trying to do, but they're not. They're encouraging me not to. Although, of course, I'm going to. Yes.
You can withdraw charges and enter a settlement that still deters the conduct.
Which was
what I advised privately.
Which is what we are trying to do privately. To say, okay, please let me, I'm withdrawing. We can now do those things. But it's part of understanding, allowing the system to function, such that even though we want to be lenient, but remembering that we must always remind criminals that when you do wrong, you'll be punished by the law. And I think that's very, very crucial in this case. And every government official, when you see an opportunity like this, to reiterate that, take it.
Did you see the inventory of all our politicians and political leaders who have done the same conduct? There's nobody, there's no region that the thing did not affect.
Let us go on a short break. That's all we can take on this. Hopefully, we won't have to revisit this matter again tomorrow.
Unless they make him the president.
A short break. When we come back, we bring in our guest for today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
You know that this is our...
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon. I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Welcome to Warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of Your View are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
This is not just a round table. This is the Black Table.
This is the Black Table, where real men speak the truth about the world we live in, the games we play, the power we chase, and the women who shake it off. Unfiltered.
There's this entitlement to choice.
Unapologetic.
There's something in sociology that said even crime has an advantage in the society.
Unafraid.
In my practice, I found that sometimes the woman is saying honey, but you are hearing monkey.
Sports, politics, culture, women, and what it means to be a man in today's world. No scripts, no safe zones, just grown conversations. So pull up a chair if you're built for it. This is the Black Table.
Winning breakfast show, waiting day with your brother, your friend, Wale Po.
Everywhere.
So, Baba.
This is not Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Oh.
Now we be what's up, Naija crew. Now we they give you what they sup for inside we country. Yes, so keep it loud.
If God be your papa, why you not gonna make younger?
Bound to a holla.
Now here we they settle all the matter.
Bro, you right here. Nobody better than we, right?
Okay, now whispers be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go hear.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Thanks for staying with us. So joining us on this segment in the studio is a renowned farmer, Dr. Basharun Yakub Olajide. In 2021, he was awarded the Farmer of the Year in Lagos State, recognizing his outstanding contributions to agriculture. We'll be discussing the agricultural sector under the administration of our president, with the major focus on food security and affordability. We'll go into policy strategies and initiatives aimed at boosting food production, reducing importation, and making food more accessible to Nigerians. Welcome with us, Dr. Olajide. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
With us. Okay, when I talk about agriculture, instead of me to talk about how much we're producing, exporting, the first thing that comes to mind is security. Because we always think to ourselves, are we growing anything because of the incessant attacks on our farmers? So As a farmer, what do you think the government has done, and what do you think they're still doing to protect farmers and ensure that produce are actually carried out?
Right. Yes, despite, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Despite all the problems, and there will always be problems, but Nigerian agriculture has continued to grow year in, year out. But at the same time, our population is also growing. So demand for food is also growing. So sometimes it's difficult to see these improvements. But when you look at the statistics, you'll see that a lot of progress has been made, on agricultural development. Okay. And there is no government that has not done its bit in trying to initiate policies that will improve not only productivity, but also the farmers' welfare. Yeah. At the same time, there are numerous problems, numerous challenges, which we continue to advocate and continue to, advise government to, address. So basically, yeah.
So what are the peculiar challenges? Prior to insecurity becoming a thing, yes, we had good food. And we thought insecurity was the only challenge that is affecting productivity for farmers. But what are the other peculiar challenges that farmers face, and how is government mitigating them? Right. Is fertilizer really truly available, or are they holding it somewhere in Lagos after they clear it from the port? Or are they truly distributing to the farmers? The Anchor Borers program of the past administration really get to farmers, or some of in your association, some of the your members?
Right. So yes. Thank you very much. There are quite a number of challenges. The security problem is a different and distinct problem, which discourages farmers, a lot of farmers, from accessing their farms and so on. But despite that, it's not nationwide. There are pockets of areas where this affects, but there are other areas where a lot of production is going on while government is addressing the issue of security. Now, for those who are producing, the major challenge of agriculture, we can put it in two ways. You have the upstream, that is the production challenge, which basically is a problem of low productivity. The average farmer is not producing enough based on the capacity and the capability of his production unit, either land, fish pond, or livestock. The productivity is low because there is low level of technology application to what he's doing. The average farmer is subsistent. It's not applying a lot of technology. There are lots of technologies out there, but the ability of the farmer to adopt this technology and utilize is a different question, which we will address. That is low level of productivity. Then we'll go to the downstream section. He has produced. Now that the food gets to us, the issue of lack of structure. Lack of structure in our system, kind of separates the farmer from the market. Okay. So, the food gets to you, but there are a lot of difficulties in between that makes what he has produced so much expensive by the time it gets to you. That is also a big challenge, lack of structure, which again we must unpack and look at separately before we can then begin to, formulate policies or programs that can address each one of these challenges.
So, yes, given how you've just explained it now, yes, the lack of structure, do you think that this government and even previous administration have considered this lack of structure in the policies and initiatives that they have given?
Yes. Like I said, there has not been any government since independence till now that has not done something about agriculture. As a matter, I'll tell you what, even this present administration, just in 2 years, has raised our budget for agriculture by over 128%, unprecedented. But again, it's still too low.
No, so what I'm asking, I get that, but what I'm asking specifically is if they have considered this lack of structure.
They have. I'll tell you presently in Lagos.
Okay.
The building what you call a agro hub in Imota in Ikorodu region. This is one of the major bottlenecks of agriculture, farmers getting food to the market at good prices when you need it and in good condition. All these facilities are lacking before. We have capacity to store only about 4% of what we produce. So a lot of them is lost post-harvest. So these structures are what we need to continue to put in place. Year in, year out, they are building, but it's not enough. We need to devote more attention to this infrastructure. And when I say infrastructure, don't please limit it only to roads and railways. You have, energy, you have storage, you have a lot of other things that we classify under, infrastructure. So this, if every state addresses it the way it is being addressed in some states with emphasis, and a lot of seriousness, you will see that, these problems will be solved. Take, for example, farmers will bring trailer loads of commodity, for example. Will get, all the way from up north or up country, get to the border of Lagos and wait there. And before phoning my 12 for this thing, what's going on there? What is the market price? What is before they drive into Lagos? Whereas if all these facilities are around, like in other climes, you produce, even, for example, again, what Lagos is pioneering, this produce for Lagos. You can syndicate agreements with farmers in any part of the country that do this quantity. I will buy it at this time, at this price. You sign off-take agreement, and the farmer can even use that to go and borrow money from the bank. So these are, innovations that are coming that will affect eventually the prices of food, reduce importation, and then at the end of the day, the community well-being will be enhanced.
Okay, so I like the part where you mentioned the north, because I want to know the plans you have to reach out to the rural areas, because we have more farmers in those areas, and I know that accessing loan is very difficult for them. So is there an incentive where, most especially, like for my people, most of the time they have more people that go in and plant, for example, they give birth to a lot of kids so that they can help in the farms and all of that. So do you people have where there are machines, especially maybe like planters, where these farmers can have access to? Just how do you plan to reach the rural areas, the farmers in these
Thank you
areas?
very much for that. It's very, very important, because a lot of people pay lip service to agriculture. They think they are doing farmers a favor, but they don't know that even agriculture, prosperous agriculture is the most equitable way of development. Because when you develop agriculture, you touch every part of the community, every part of the country. So it's important to develop agriculture. And when you go to these rural areas, when they have access to land, that is the most important thing, that is the means of production. A lot of people stay in the rural areas, like you said, but they don't have access to the land. It doesn't belong to them. It belongs to some lords and so on, which they have to pay to get access to. This adds to their cost of production. So access to land, then access to input. Then when you have input, then you produce with using modern machinery. Just recently, you had Mr. President launched 2,000 tractors for the whole. That's a lot, unimaginable in the history of this country, and it is also a signal of what to come. So eventually, our per capita access to tractor has increased, and this will be a pointer to increased productivity and other opportunities. And then, of course, the farmers in the rural areas will be able to produce, knowing fully well that their commodity will go straight to the market without middlemen who corner it and inflate the prices.
This is my concern, because governments can have good intentions, create all these policies, but it's the humans in the individual states still out can actually make it manifest. As you said, model in Lagos State can be a model where they're building, but we need more states to be more proactive in ensuring that all the various value chains are invested in, so that it's seamless. But what do you think is missing? Because as I said, Nima said earlier, Anchor Borrowers Program, you have so many things and policies, even the issue of seedlings, because I know there was a time where government said they would be providing them with seedlings, then they had issues of fertilizer. Government is doing, but there are still some saboteurs amongst us, or there are some governments that don't have the political will to prioritize agriculture. So what is that? What can be done such that the mindset of these governors and even all the state actors begin to ensure that they align with the policies that the federal government is putting together?
Fantastic. You said it all. I now make bold to say that our inability to achieve sustainable food security in this country is not as a matter of lack of resources. That's human, material, or, you know, whatever. It's as a result of lack of the political will to implement policies the way they are designed. You know, due to the nature of our politics and human disposition. You see a new government comes, wants to change, not only at the federal level, but at state and local government level. You have good programs, you want to change the branding, you want to present it in another form so that it is identified with your, you know, administration and so on. Continuity are one of the things. A lot of these programs, they are nothing new. Nobody's reinventing the wheel, but the ability to continuously monitor, punish those who have done wrong, seen to have, you know, that you are doing the right thing at the right time, encourages people. All this rural-urban drift, you know, will be mitigated if the youth note that when they get to their villages, all the opportunities they want in the urban areas are available in the rural centers. They won't come. They will sit, all these people driving Okada and doing all they are supposed to be working on the farms or in factories. It is because of lack of these opportunities trickling down to them. You know, the other day I was watching, you know, when Mr. President said, hold your governors responsible.
Yes.
Hold your local government chairman responsible. Yes. Unprecedented in the history of Nigeria, these tiers of government have access to resources that we have never imagined. Now, the issue is, how do they apply those resources? Are they well monitored? Let the people know in a particular local government, this is what we got, this is how we have applied it. So you know what is coming to agriculture, you know what is going to health, what is going to education, and they have specified exactly the things they want to do with it. So this way, it will be easier to achieve, track the progress, and you know, monitor the you know, impact.
So I agree with you, and I think there's also, they should glamorize farming for the young ones so that they will encourage them. But there's a conspiracy theory going around that there's an attack on our food production internationally. There's a food war crime going on right now. How true is it that our seedlings are no longer genuine? They cannot be replanted because they've been mutated. They are not the original because, you know, of course,
genetically
known
modified.
to us. What happened to our own? Our palm kernels, our ginger, garlic, and how, what is the level of our own production in some of these foods that are known to our region?
Thank you. Yes, again, I'm glad you said conspiracy theory. You know, so it's not entirely correct, you know, but there may be some truth to it. Yes, in this world with technology, there's the craze about genetically modified organisms, you know, and their impact. These are cultural issues, but scientifically, it has been proven that GMOs are better in some cases, you know, than the traditional varieties. But the issue is, what are the after effects? What are the, you know, cultural limitations and so on? For science is yet to bring out. GMOs has been in existence for decades in these advanced countries, and they have been consuming. What is important is label it appropriately, let people have the choice to choose what they want to consume. But what I tell you is that our research institutes need to do a lot to now promote these our local varieties, to make sure that the seedlings and seeds are available for farmers. We do. We have, you'll be surprised, the research institutes all over the country for roots and tubers, for cereals, for livestock, for fish, and they are doing a lot. And they are manned by intelligent, world-class scientists. Some of them leave this country to the shores of other countries to make big names for themselves. But they need to be acknowledged, they need to be applauded, they need to be encouraged. So we are doing a lot. So, but what is important is even what is available, is it accessible to the farmer? In terms of timing, in terms of pricing, so that the farmer has access. When you say access, in all means, not only physical access, but also, financial access to these materials. And that comes to the issue of, access to finance, which is, underlines every of the challenge that are brought forth in the, in our discussion. So, you can see that we can discuss access to finance on its own, but it's a major issue with agriculture.
Okay. Yeah. So food is still expensive. Yes. The last time I bought yams, how much did I buy? 7,000 a tuber and all of that. So what are the strategies that you have in place to make sure that food prices go low and makes affordable for everybody?
Well, produce more. Produce more, increase the productivity of the farmer. That is the fundamental strategy. Before you go into now distribution, making it available at your corner shop. Because it's one thing to produce, let's say, in Farm A, situated in Benue State, and for it to be available in your table. So it's a lot of logistics involved, a lot of activities, some scrupulous, some that man-made, that make it difficult for you to get it. Even the farmer that produced the yam maybe went home with 25% margin on the yam he has produced. You that bought the yam at 7,000, you gave the seller a margin of almost 200%. That's what happens. So, but if you give the farmer access to you directly, maybe you will have saved 150%.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what those hubs help us.
Exactly.
We have to wrap up with you, but I just wanted to enlighten us, find out that you were awarded Farmer of the Year. So what exactly did you do to get that?
Yes, I am one of the largest egg producers in Lagos State. So, and we distribute eggs all over the state. And during COVID, we did a lot to support our communities, distributing eggs to churches, to mosques, to community centers, to assist people who couldn't go out. So, and we train a lot of people. We annually, a lot of students from the Lagos State University of Science and Technology come to us for internship, and we also, we encourage other farmers to learn from best practices that we introduce, and we support.
This is the kind of behavior that deserves ambassador.
You just have to do it again.
Yes. Thank you very much for coming on the show. I think it's good to learn from you, and wish you the best, and hopefully more farmers can join into that sector.
Thank you very much.
That is all we can take on today's show. Hope you learned a few things as we have. Please don't be qualmish whenever you go on the plane. All eyes are on you. Everybody's my husband's supposed to travel to Abuja tomorrow. I said, bro,
don't qualmish me.
Please don't distract me like that. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Nigeria is so blessed with gas. that they call us a gas nation with a touch of petrol. So there is a lot of advantage with CNG. I just hope that Nigerians will wake up and adopt the CNG system. This is how Nigeria happened to me.
I'm a real Nigerian, born Nigerian, a resilient Nigerian. I live by the citizens' code. I'm a real Nigerian, accountable Nigerian, a caring Nigerian. I live by the citizens' code. I'm a real Nigerian, born Nigerian, a resilient Nigerian. I live by the citizens' code. I'm a real Nigerian, accountable Nigerian, a caring Nigerian. I live by the citizens' code. I'm a real Nigerian, accountable Nigerian, a caring Nigerian. I live by the citizens' code.
My name is Engineer Lukman Suber. I work with Dynamo CNG Conversion Center. And what we do here is to retrofit your vehicles running on petrol to now work on CNG. In my own vehicle, I buy gas of 3,500 and it will take me from Ojodubega here to Aton 2 times. That is, I will go home, come back, go home again, come back with gas of 3,500, which normally with my vehicle